This is Black Beauty, your favorite storyteller, bringing you warm tales of heat, joy, romance, love, and fantasy, helping you to escape the real world if only for a few moments, allowing you to drift off into the land of somewhere else, if only for a little while. Thank you for being with me. Let's begin. What love could be if we let it burn. A story wrapped in slow burn passion, whispered promises, and the heat true lovers often try so hard to hide. In this romantic series, we follow Celia, a poised, brilliant Black woman caught between the fire of a new desire and the shadow of an old flame. Her boss, Gio, is everything she shouldn't want, but everything her heart and body crave. What happens when love dares to show up, uninvited, undeniable, and unstoppable? This is more than an affair. This is a reckoning of the heart. Get cozy, press play, and let's find out what love could be if we let it burn. Chapter 1. Too Hot in the Office. The late December air drifted soft against the glittering skyline as Celia sat at her desk, fingers grazing the keys of her laptop, though her mind was far from the screen. Her glossy brown eyes flicked again toward the glass office down the hall. It was her boss, her secret obsession. She'd studied him for months, those crisp, tailored suits hugging his tall, athletic frame, the deliberate way he moved, spoke, thought. Gio was all sharp intelligence with just enough danger around the edges to make her pulse throb every time he passed by. And Lord, the way he smelled. Cedar, spice, and unspoken promise. Celia's breath would hitch at the thought of him brushing past her, close enough to feel. He knew, she was sure of it. The extra sway in her hips when she walked past his door, the gloss just a shade too sultry, the way her eyes lingered when they met his. And he didn't exactly look away either, but 3 months of silent tension had stretched her fantasies to the edge. She had imagined his hand at the small of her back, imagined leaning into his whisper, imagined more. Then came the holiday party. The firm transformed a downtown loft into a glittering dream, string lights, jazz, flowing champagne. Celia arrived wrapped in crimson satin, her curves kissed by the fabric like a secret waiting to be unwrapped. Gio was already there, leaning against the bar in a deep charcoal suit that made her knees feel unreliable. They smiled at others, made small talk, but their eyes danced across the room, chasing each other with every glance. Finally, at the bar, they met. "You clean up well," she said, voice smooth. "You've been making it hard for me to focus lately," he said, tone low. She leaned closer, breath warm near his ear, and whispered something only for him. His breath caught, and that was it. They disappeared down a hallway and into an empty room, dimly lit, quiet, charged. She leaned against the wall and he stepped toward her, pressing close. Their lips met with weeks of bottled tension. Her hands found his shoulders, his hands found her waist. It was wild and heated, months of restraint melting away into something bold, something quiet and intimate, but pulsing with emotion. When it was over, they fixed their clothes in silence, breathless, flushed. They returned to the party separately. Celia joined her friends, lips soft with a secret smile. Gio returned to his colleagues, adjusting his tie with calm precision. But across the room, they stole a glance and smiled, the kind of smile that said, "Yes, it happened, and it's not the last time." The next morning at work, everything was routine. But as Gio walked past her desk, Celia lifted 2 fingers and blew him a subtle kiss. He caught it midair, winked, and slipped into his office. The office buzzed with hangover stories and blurry group photos. Celia sat at her desk, fingers drifting over the keyboard. Though her mind was far from spreadsheets, her lips still tingled from the kiss she and Gio had shared. The secret moment in the quiet room, the heat of his breath against hers, his body pressed into hers, not just physical, but electric. She glanced toward his office. He walked by, sharp as ever, in a deep navy suit, briefcase in hand, cool, collected. But when their eyes met, the subtle curve at the corner of his lips told her he remembered. And so did she. All week, their encounters sizzled beneath the surface, a brushed hand, a passing glance, the exchange of a file that left their fingers lingering for just a second too long. It was as if they were speaking in a language no one else in the office could hear. On Wednesday, Celia stayed late. Most of the office had emptied out, and the hum of computers and faint city sounds filled the silence. She was deep into a spreadsheet when she heard his office door open. She looked up. Gio stood there, shirt sleeves rolled to his elbows, eyes fixed on her. "You always work this hard?" he asked. "Only when I'm trying to impress someone," she replied, standing slowly. Their eyes locked. She walked toward him, confident but cautious. He didn't move, just watched her. When she stopped a few feet away, her voice dropped into a sultry tone. "You're still thinking about it, aren't you?" He gave a slight nod. "I think of it every hour." They stood there for a moment, temptation thick in the air. Then, in a tone that was more confession than flirtation, she said, "We can't keep pretending like it didn't happen." "You're right," he murmured, "but if we cross that line again, it changes everything." She took one step closer. "Then let's be sure this time." He reached for her hand. Their fingers touched, and the current between them became undeniable. Then he pulled back just a little. "I want more than just moments in the shadows," he said. "You're not someone I want to keep a secret." She was quiet, but her expression softened. Neither of them said it out loud, but they both knew this wasn't just desire anymore. This was a beginning. At precisely 12:29, Celia stood outside Gio's office, her heart thudding beneath her silk blouse. She knocked once. "Come in," came his voice, low, calm, but unmistakably expectant. Inside, the blinds were half drawn, and a small table was set with 2 plates of elegant takeout. Aromatic spices lingered in the air. Gio stood there, relaxed, no tie, no facade, just him. "Hungry?" he asked. She smiled as she took a seat. "Depends on what's being served." He chuckled under his breath. "Food first. Everything else is complicated." They ate slowly, talking between bites about the usual, clients, deadlines, holiday plans. But beneath the casual rhythm was something simmering, something that had never truly cooled down since that night at the party. At one point, he leaned across the table and brushed a crumb from the corner of her mouth. "You're always this attentive?" she asked. "Only when I want to be," he said, his tone quieter now. "Only when it matters." She met his gaze. Her voice dropped. "And do I?" He didn't answer right away. Instead, he stood, walked around to her side of the table, and leaned close, his fingers grazing hers on the tablecloth. "I think about you more than I should." "Then stop thinking," she whispered, "and feel." Their lips met, slow, sensual, deliberate. The kiss wasn't rushed. It wasn't desperate. It was deep and filled with the weight of everything they had both been trying to hold back. When they pulled apart, breathless but grounded, she leaned back, eyes sparkling. "You're still my boss," she reminded him, "and you're still the best thing to ever walk into my office," he responded. They sat for a moment longer before she stood to leave. As she reached the door, he called out softly, This isn't just casual for me, Celia." She turned. "Good, because I don't do casual anymore." Will Celia and Gio run from their passions and keep it professional? Or will they explore their feelings beyond the physical to find out what love could be if they let it burn? Tune in next time for Chapter 2, Chilled Ice or Lit Fuse, to find out what door they choose. Safety behind the wall or heated passion out loud. Till then, keep the light on for your sis. This has been Black Beauty, your favorite storyteller. Sweet dreams, my loves. Good night. Created and written by Nadira Norjahan. Follow on all socials at Nadira Norjahan. Leave a comment about your Black Beauty experience.